Shalom. I'll give underground praises to Yahweh. Hashem. Shabbat Shabbat. The abundance to others and apostles, great wisdom, Tom, Jesus, search, citations to the hopeful that spread the truth of the Lord. It's going to be another video titled Deliverance from Bondage. Okay. Deliverance from bondage. All right. That goes back to what? The law. Okay. Sin. Deliverance from sin through who? Yahweh Shah. All right. This is Romans 8:1 reads, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach. Okay. Who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Okay. For the law of the spirit of life in Hamashiach Yahushua have made me free from the law of sin and death. Okay. Right. This is Paul, okay, speaking. Okay. So Paul has been made free from the law of sin and death through what? Through Yahushua. Okay. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh. The Most High sent his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh. Okay. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Okay. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Okay. Meaning what? They that are after the flesh do not mind the things of the flesh, meaning what? They lost. Okay. So those groups out there that's like going on about the law, keeping the laws, thinking they're doing such a righteous thing by keeping the laws. Yes, we should keep the laws, but keeping the laws won't save us. Okay. That's them doing the things of the flesh, right? Yes, the flesh will tell you to keep the laws, all right? But you have to know that we are not saved by the laws, okay? The laws won't save us. But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit, right? Those brothers that are, trusting in the Lord, Yahweh, that put their faith in Yahweh, right? And put their in our the spirit of Yahushua, right? They are minded the things of the Lord, okay? The spirit, right? For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. That's what we're going into, right? To be carnally minded is death, okay? Because the carnal mind is enmity, hatred against Most High. For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. All right. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. Okay. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. Okay. So if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, the anointed, he is none of his. So if any brother, sister, or Jake out here coming in the different spirits, okay, spirit of Jesus, okay, then they're not of the Lord, okay. Meanwhile, they're not of the elect, ultimately, right? And if the anointed be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness, okay. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yahushua from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up the anointed from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you. All right. Okay, the Lord gonna quicken our mortal body by His Spirit that dwelleth in you, right? So the Spirit of the Lord is in us, right? So this is why we believe that brothers, that when stuff start really happening, right? And we believe that the Lord gonna raise up brothers with spiritual powers, right? Because they already have that Spirit of the Lord in them. The Lord, the Heavenly Father just had to quicken that spirit, you know. And this also goes into what, um, our mind is being quickened, right? You know, as well. Okay, um, our spirit. Okay, therefore, brethren, we are debtors, not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. For if ye live after the flesh, ye should die. But if you through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye should live. For as many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of the Most High. Okay. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, and heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with the anointed, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Okay? Which goes back to what we are. This is going to the nation of Israel, right? Israelites, right? You know, so we are joint heirs with Hamashiach. I mean, what we're gonna reign as rulers, kings, princes, okay, princesses, okay. I reckon that these sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which should be revealed in us. Right, that's a lot we're suffering, right? But it's not compared with the glory which is the heavens, okay, the kingdom of heaven which should be revealed in us. The deliverance ultimately, okay, the chariots. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High, okay, which is elect, all right. The nation, ultimately the nation of Israel, right? They waited for the nation of Israel to rule, okay. For the creature was made subject to vanity, but to vanity not willing, but by reason of him who has subject the same hope, right? You know, the creature which ran the nation of Israel was subject to vanity, subject to go off, subject to sin, but it was all directed by the Lord, okay? Because the creature itself also should be delivered from the bondage of corruption. Go back to sin into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together unto now. Okay, like I mentioned, the other nations, they're waiting. Okay, into the nation, the true righteous Israelites rule. Okay, they're waiting. We know the trees, everything that have life is waiting for the righteous to rule. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we are ourselves grown within ourselves, waiting for the adoption to with the redemption of our body. Okay, waiting to be, which goes back to what the elect, okay, is waiting, you know, to be redeemed, be, waiting to rule this world in righteous. Okay, we want this world to be ruled in righteous. Okay, for we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man sees, what yet why do he yet hope for? Right? You know, we can't. See, so if we see the kingdom of heaven now, for example, if we just live in this corrupt body, right? You know, just living in this corrupt body, and we can see, you know, the kingdom of heaven. Like we can just, you know, go outside and just see the kingdom of heaven, right? You know, then what we're hoping for, we see the kingdom of heaven. There's no reason to hope for it, right? There's no reason to have faith. Okay, you know, but we can't see the kingdom of heaven physically, right? So this is why we're hoping that there's a kingdom of heaven waiting for us, right? We are hoping we don't see ourselves right now for the or this is a better example. We don't see ourselves we're not in a ruling position, right? We don't have crowns on our head. We don't have, you know, we are not ruling this world, okay? But we're hoping that we are going to rule this world someday, okay? We have faith, we're going to have crowns on our head, all right? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it, okay? Yes, so we are waiting, okay, with patience, okay? We were waiting for that relationship. We were waiting for that righteous, this earth to be just ultimately the kingdom, this current kingdom to be destroyed, for righteous kingdom to be and for righteous kingdom to be established um under Yahweh Shah. Okay. So I'm gonna close it here. I give on the pages to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah by Shem. Next time, say Shalom.